Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. Make sure to subscribe to the Rugby Obsession YouTube channel and newsletter from the link in the description. Today we're diving into this really fascinating piece of reporting from Planet Rugby, and it's all about the tactical chess moves that Springboks head coach Rassie Erasmus is making. And after that really brutal Ellis Park loss to the All Blacks.
Oh yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah, it really was. So our mission for this deep dive over the next few minutes is to figure out exactly how things like injuries and incoming wet weather and some honestly pretty radically honest self-reflection from the coaching box are shaping this match day 23 for the Cape Town test.
Right.
Because usually, you look at elite international sports, you get this illusion of total control.
Oh, absolutely.
You imagine the coaching staff just has this master script and tactical plan is locked in months in advance.
Yeah, they just execute it flawlessly.
Right, exactly. But that's not what's happening here.
No, not at all. That illusion of control, it just shatters the moment you step into a Springboks versus All Blacks test series.
Yeah.
I mean, what we're looking at going into Cape Town, it's not the execution of a pre-planned masterclass. It's real-time, high-stakes crisis management.
Well, yeah.
Because the Springboks, they're trailing 1-0 in this series.
Right.
Their backs are completely against the wall, and the tactical landscape is just... it's totally fluid right now. And the thing is, Rassie Erasmus isn't hiding from that chaos.
No, he's really not.
He's actively showing us how a world-class coaching ticket responds when the original plan just gets ripped to shreds.
Yeah, which, I mean, that brings us straight to the medical tent, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you really can't understand this match day squad without looking at the sheer volume of forced changes. Like in response to being down 1-0, Rassie has made 6 alterations to the 23-man squad.
That's 6. That's a lot.
It's massive. He is completely overhauling the bench, the famous bomb squad.
Right.
He's bringing in Deon Fourie, Thomas du Toit-Ludiager, Cameron Hanekom, and Morny Vanderberg.
Yeah. I mean, making 6 changes after a loss against your biggest rival, that is a massive rotation.
Yeah.
And in modern rugby, a head coach doing this, they usually spin a very specific PR narrative, right?
Well, for sure they do.
They'll stand at the podium and they'll claim, it was always part of a grand rotation strategy.
To keep the opposition guessing or whatever.
Exactly. They project this absolute authority and tactical genius.
But Rassie just walks up to the microphone and flatly admits that this is not the team he originally had in mind.
No.
He openly stated he wanted to try new things, and he was explicitly hoping that Kane and Moody would be fit.
Right.
But then you look at the reality of the injury list, right? And it's like Cheslin Kolbe and Grant Williams are both ruled out.
Yeah, that's a huge blow.
So Ethan Hooker and Kobus Reinach are suddenly stepping into those voids. And to me, it feels like you're playing for the world championship in chess, right?
Okay.
You've memorized your opening, but right before you make your critical move, the table gets bumped, you lose 2 of your best pieces, and you have to adapt on the fly.
That's a perfect analogy. And taking that chess analogy a step further, the pieces you lose, they dictate the entirely new strategy you have to adopt. Cheslin Kolbe isn't just a winger.
No.
He is a very specific tactical weapon. And Rassie explicitly noted that Kolbe is a smaller player, but he plays an unbelievably physical game for his size.
Oh, yeah. He absorbs massive hits.
He absorbs and delivers these massive collisions, and that takes a tremendous toll on his body.
Yep.
So Rassie wanted him fresh, but when a player with that unique combination of speed and evasion and physicality is ruled out, you don't just plug in a like-for-like replacement.
Because one doesn't exist.
Exactly, one doesn't exist, so you have to change how you approach the game entirely.
And Rassie is laying all of this bare. I mean, the rarity of a head coach being this transparent is staggering to me.
It really is.
He just admits the lack of winning momentum from Ellis Park, combined with these 3 injury-forced changes that essentially forced his hand.
Right.
It's refreshing,
Yeah.
but it creates this massive ripple effect across the entire team structure, because those forced adaptations in the back 3 and the halfbacks, they immediately lead to some heavy strategic pivots, especially when you start looking at the reinforcements on the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, bringing in someone like Thomas du Toit isn't just throwing a fresh body onto the field for the sake of rotation.
Right.
Du Toit provides a very specific anchoring weight in the scrum.
Okay.
When you are reconfiguring a bomb squad that honestly didn't assert total dominance the week before, you're looking for specific physical tools.
That makes sense.
Like you bring in Cameron Hanekom for raw, destructive ball-carrying energy late in the game. You bring in Lou DeJager for veteran line-out intelligence. They are reacting to the specific deficiencies that were exposed at Ellis Park.
So if you're retooling the physical profile of the pack to that degree, I mean, you desperately need someone pulling the strings in the back line who matches that new tactical reality racing.
Absolutely.
But before we get into the biggest pivot of all, which is happening at the crucial fly half position, I just want to remind everyone, don't forget to subscribe to the Rugby Obsession YouTube channel and newsletter from the link in the description.
Good call.
Okay, so looking at the back line, we are seeing a major shuffle at number 10.
We really are. And the fly half position, it dictates the entire geometry and tempo of a rugby match.
Right.
Sacha Feinberg-Mungumazulu, who has provided this incredible electric spark of youth and attacking flair, he drops to the bench.
Oh, yeah.
And Manny Libuk falls out of the match day 23 entirely.
Completely gone.
Gone. Handre Pollard steps up to take the starting jersey. And the primary driver Rassie points to for this shift is actually the meteorological forecast.
Yeah, he's predicting a wet weather game in Cape Town.
Right. And wet weather physically shrinks the field. Well, it's no longer about expansive sideline-to-sideline running rugby.
Oh, I see.
The ball is like a bar of soap handling errors skyrocket, and the game becomes incredibly claustrophobic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It turns into this brutal battle for territory, for game management, and capitalizing on every single penalty you're awarded.
Because tries are so hard to come by.
Exactly. Tries are incredibly hard to come by in the rain.
Okay, hold on, though. I have to push back on Rassie's stated logic here just a little bit.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because Rassie says Pollard gets the nod, partly because he grew up in the Western Cape, right?
Right. Yeah.
So he intimately knows those wet, heavy conditions. But Manny Libuk is a local boy, too.
True.
Cape Town is his hometown as well. So if they both grew up playing in the Cape Town rain, why exactly is Pollard the golden ticket here?
That is a great question. And to understand why Pollard gets the jersey over Libuk in a wet game, we have to look at probably the most revealing quote from that entire Planet Rugby article.
Oh, yeah, the accountability quote.
Yeah. Rassie took direct personal blame for the loss at Ellis Park.
He did.
He said, and I quote, "We played stupid, and a lot of the messages came from me at the top."
Wow.
And then he detailed a specific moment of panic in the coaching box.
Oh, the bad math quote.
The bad math quote.
Wow, I honestly, I could not believe he admitted this out loud.
It's wild.
He literally said 3 points is 2 less than 5.
Right.
We were 16-13 under the polls, third scrum, and we're not sure the ref will reward us. Then we make a mistake, we could have kicked the kick over.
Yeah.
He's talking about the heat of the moment, you know, the adrenaline of chasing a try.
Yeah.
Instead of just taking the guaranteed 3 points from a penalty kick.
Exactly. And admitting that you fumbled the basic mathematics of the scoreboard during a test match against the All Blacks.
It's just crazy.
It's a remarkable level of accountability. It reveals the sheer chaos and psychological pressure inside the coaching box.
Even for the pros.
Right? Even brilliant rugby minds get caught up in the emotion of the moment. And this connects directly back to your question about Pollard versus Libuk.
Okay, how?
Well, Rassie noted that Cheslin Kolbe hadn't missed a single kick in training or recent matches.
Oh, right.
With Kolbe out injured, that guaranteed points dynamic totally shifts.
So by bringing in Pollard, he isn't just bringing in a local guy who knows the rain.
No.
He is prioritizing absolute, proven, undeniable place-kicking reliability.
Precisely. Pollard is the ultimate tactical safety net.
Okay.
In a wet weather game where the field shrinks and margins are razor thin, every single penalty in the opposition's half is absolute gold.
Yeah, you can't leave points on the board.
Exactly. Rassie is making absolutely sure that whenever there is an opportunity for 3 points, they are taken. The weather might be the stated reason, but the underlying mechanism for this selection, it's the psychological trauma from the Ellis Park loss.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Rassie refuses to let bad math or coaching box emotion or missed kicks dictate the outcome again. Handre Pollard is basically the human embodiment of taking the points.
Right. But, okay, if Pollard is out there prioritizing this very conservative, territory-based kicking game in the rain, that puts an enormous physical tax on the forward pack, doesn't it?
Ouch.
I mean, they're the ones who have to chase those kicks. They have to secure the breakdowns in the mud and grind out the penalties.
Yep, they do all the dirty work.
Which explains why Rassie is looking for absolute veteran stability in the pack.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings us to the return of Deon Fourie.
Yeah, and bringing Deon Fourie into this specific environment is a phenomenal tactical decision. But I have to admit, it defies conventional sports logic.
It really, really does.
Yeah.
I mean, Fourie officially becomes the oldest ever Springbok at 39 years old.
39.
And the wild part is he hasn't even played much rugby recently.
No.
His last outing for the Boks was at the 2023 World Cup. And Rassie explicitly admits in the article that Fourie is not fully match fit.
Yeah, he said that.
So I have to ask, is it a massive risk to bring in a 39-year-old who isn't match fit for one of the most intense physical rugby rivalries on the planet?
Yeah.
I mean, are you really throwing him into a wet, brutal trench war against the All Blacks?
It's a fair question. And on paper, it looks like an unnecessary gamble.
Yeah.
But when you dig into the mechanics of how Rassie Erasmus builds a squad, it actually makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Because in a game of this magnitude, physical fitness is really only half the equation.
Right.
The other half, which often gets completely overlooked by fans, is cognitive load.
Cognitive load. Okay. Explain how that factors in when you're just completely exhausted in the 75th minute of a test match.
Well, think about it. When a younger, incredibly fit 22-year-old player is physically exhausted late in a tight game, their brain starts to fatigue as well.
Well, sure.
They stop processing the defensive system correctly. They might step out of line, they miss a read, or they give away a really silly penalty just out of sheer panic.
Because they're just gassed.
Exactly. But Deon Fourie doesn't have that problem. Rassie mentioned he has coached Fourie since he was 18 years old.
Wow, that's a long time.
Right. Fourie understands Rassie's defensive and attacking systems so intimately that he basically acts as an on-field extension of the coach's brain.
So it's muscle memory.
Exactly. His cognitive muscle memory for the system compensates for any lack of peak physical match fitness.
That is fascinating.
He doesn't need to be the fastest guy on the pitch. He just needs to be the calmest.
Right. Just bring the temperature down.
Yeah. And furthermore, his versatility is absolute gold dust.
Oh, yeah. He covers multiple positions.
Yes. Being able to cover both hooker, which requires immense precision, throwing lineouts in the rain, by the way, and open side flanker, which is all about creating chaos at the breakdown.
Yeah.
It gives the bench incredible flexibility.
You know, Rassie shared this brilliant detail in the article about how he manages this kind of thing.
Oh, the laptop thing?
Yes. He said he literally keeps a standby column on his laptop for guys like Fourie and Frans Malherbe. So when things get tough, the original plan fails. And he basically has to push the emergency button. Fourie is the guy he calls.
Yeah, he's the emergency button.
It's like having a coach in a rugby jersey out there on the turf to just calm everyone down.
It really is. It is about knowing your personnel not just as athletes with physical metrics.
Right. Not just checking their 40-yard dash times. Or
exactly. It's knowing them as psychological profiles.
Yeah.
Knowing exactly who to trust when the pressure is suffocating and the original script is just dead.
And I think that's why this is so compelling beyond just rugby. Because whether you are managing a professional sports team or leading a complex business project or, just dealing with life's unexpected curveballs, Rassie's approach in this article is just a masterclass in leadership.
Oh, absolutely.
Like owning your mistakes publicly so your team doesn't have to carry that burden, right?
Yeah, that's huge.
And adapting instantly to the environment instead of stubbornly clinging to a broken plan. And just knowing exactly who your emergency button people are when the chaos hits.
That's brilliant.
So we want to hear from you, the listeners, on all of this. Sound off in the comments. What are your thoughts and opinions on Rassie's major bomb squad changes and his conservative choice at fly half?
Yeah, let us know.
Did he make the right call for the Cape Town weather by bringing in Pollard and leaning on a 39-year-old Deon Fourie? Let us know what you think down below.
And as you drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd actually like to leave you with a slightly broader perspective to mull over.
Good.
If the reigning world champions find themselves in a position where they have to rely this heavily on a 39-year-old forward who admittedly isn't match fit,
right,
and a veteran fly half when the pressure is truly at its absolute peak against the All Blacks,
yeah,
what does that say about the readiness of the younger squad members to permanently take over the mantle?
Oh, wow, that's a great point.
I mean, this is a transition phase that every great sporting dynasty eventually faces.
Yeah, they all go through it.
And how the Springboks navigate this generational handover will entirely define their next era.
A brilliant point to ponder as we look ahead to kickoff. Subscribe to the Rugby Obsession YouTube channel and newsletter from the link in the description. Thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive, and we'll look forward to you listening to our next episode.